Very good. And we're back for part 2 of this mega question and answer session where I take credit for all of Rob Somerville's ideas. Jazz says, back on Red, I know how important the lesson is. Just try to have a refresh lesson on this. So, how? Let's have a look. So, how do you think you reply? I'm not going to... Can you... I can't look at that, Rob, so do you want to have a look at that? I'll go on to another question while that happens. Go, Victor. Should we sell products that require shipping during the 30-day challenge? No. If that's your marketplace and that's appropriate, you can do an affiliate deal, so you don't have to actually stress about all that stuff. You're just doing the marketing. So, no, I think go for it. No problemo. Marcus asks, I'm at the top of my niche in search engines and always page rank well, brilliantly. I consistently get about 1,000 visitors a day and was getting sales, but now the well has dried up. I'm not sure where to go or what to do from here. Would the immediate edge help? I can't say during the 30-day challenge. I get no traffic from the social networking sites. You don't have a traffic problem at the moment. You have a conversion problem, and that's copywriting. By the way, did you guys see the copywriting stuff we put up that sort of got snuck up on the weekend in the 30-day challenge? Very, very cool. The stuff we had from last year, but copywriting is very much an eternal set of fundamentals. So you've got a conversion problem there. You haven't got a traffic problem because they've bought before, right? So you've got to ask yourself what factors, because this is a mathematics business, and something's changed somewhere. If it's a dramatic change, something has changed, and you've got to identify what that is. Maybe all of a sudden you're getting a bunch of traffic from a phrase that is different to the one that were making sales. What phrases were making sales? What phrases that delivered the traffic made sales compared to the ones didn't? Are you actually getting 1,000 visitors a day, but they're coming from different spots, and because of those different spots, you've lost your profitability because they're not interested in buying? There's dozens of questions to ask, Marcus, but at the end of the day, you've got a conversion problem, and that's what you need to work out. Did you have a look at that site, Rob?
I did, and I'm happy to make some comments.
Yep, fire away.
Okay, it's in two parts. Firstly, the person has found a keyword with an SEO T score of 1021 and an SEO C of 1770, which
nice
on the face of it looks pretty good.
Yep.
It has an AdWords CTR of 1.15%, which isn't that flash, and an OCI score of 57%. Again, I'd like to reiterate that, but either of those two factors, I wouldn't use the AdWords CTR or the OCI as a reason to ignore a keyword. It's really I only use those scores as a way of prioritizing keywords that might meet my SEO-T and SEO-C criteria. So whilst the OCI is fine at 57%, I think that's okay. Yes, the AdWords CTR is a little low, but that may mean that that it might be a little bit generic as a keyword, which is why that AdWords CTR is a bit low. But in either case, either of those two numbers, I only use them to prioritize keywords, not to filter keywords. The second part is obviously they've pasted a SEO competition module analysis here, and my general comments about that is that almost all of the sites that are ranking have at least a page rank 3 or higher, and they've all got both page-specific backlinks and a reasonable amount of domain-specific backlinks. But the on-page factors aren't that strong. But as I said as a response to an earlier question, the off-page authority is very strong. So this is a fairly competitive niche. And we're not looking at something that's going to be easy to rank for in a 30-day period. If you're really motivated, you could probably break into this niche, in 2 or 3 months of good activity, but it's not going to be something where you're going to get a short-term result.
And so saith the Guru Bob. Very cool. Hey, check this out. I just got a tweet from... I can't quite read it. It's very small type. But the person said, M. Faunus, I'll retweet it. I restarted yesterday with a new niche, and today, right, so they've done day 25, decided to toss it. Get this. And today, I'm in positions 1, 2, and 5, exact match, and 6, 7, broad match. 30 DC and WPD rocks.
It's great news.
That is a good little piece of news. In fact, I'll just retweet that while that's there. We'll just retweet that. Stunning television when I do a live retweet. There we are. Pardon me. Okay, Mark Van asks, if our products, books, etc. say Yahoo Shopping, do we need to be a Yahoo affiliate? I'm not sure on that. I haven't done any Yahoo stuff. Neither
have I, but I would assume that the answer would be yes.
Yeah, I'm sure they have something similar. Shane says, hi Ed and Robert, I purchased a domain name and noticed the other day it has a domain age of August 2006. Did I just get lucky and get a domain that expired recently? Thanks again for everything, guys. Yeah, must have.
I wonder how Shane has actually found that. Mm-hmm. Has he done a Whois search using a sort of a domain search tool, or has he got that number from Market Samurai? Probably need a bit more information.
Yep. More information, please, Shane. Where did you buy it? Because you can get old domains. Will we be working on building lists? No. No, we've only got how many days to
go?
6.
6.
So, no. If you can't get the ideal of a .com for each of your phrases, is it best then to build on your first niche if it's complementary? Example. Okay, here we go. mymicroniche.com/another phrase subdirectories basically, mate. mymicroniche.com/yet another phrase, like a compilation of micro niches in the niche. Does that make sense? Thanks for everything you're doing.
In my opinion, if you can't get the ideal .com, which would be the exact match version of the domain, so in our case it would have been vintageelectricguitar.com. In my opinion, it would be better to actually work with a synthesized keyword, so where you're adding a prefix or you're adding a suffix to the exact match keyword. So in our case, we went with vintageelectricguitarblog.com.
Yep.
So our specific key phrase is still fully in the domain. It's just that we've added a suffix. But we could, of course, added a prefix and gone with the word my or your, and we still would have had our keyword in the domain. So that's what I would do.
So I'm waiting for people to say, like awesome vintageelectricguitar.com, like awesomecrochet.com. That would be good.
Yep.
It's 9 o'clock.
I wonder if you guys got that. Any help on what the username to get into? Any help on what the username to get WordPress? I've never been able to log in for help. And how do I get rid of the automated content? It's bringing up. Mark, you need to open up a support ticket with WordPress Direct and make sure you're logged in.
Which is wordpressdirect.com/support.
There you go. Might be catching up with Marty too, by the way, Rob.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'd asked him if he touched base with you.
Yep. Slinko said, I heard someone say we have to brand ourselves instead of the product because As the customers get to know us, it's easier for them to buy. Do you agree? No.
No.
Not in the way that they're saying it. It is nice to be... it's nice to have a face to your product sometimes, particularly when it's, it's either a person using your product or so on. But I think in most cases when it's a literal product, you want to get out of the way and you want to show the actual product. So no, I don't think that's an issue. Okay, Shannon asks, with our main blog, I noticed that one post is sticky. What do you recommend is the best content to put on that main sticky post?
In my opinion, it is the one that does the best job of promoting the product that you're trying to promote.
Yep.
And it's preferably also the one that is optimized for your most important keyword, and by importance I mean traffic potential, in your micro niche. So our analogy for vintage electric guitar is that that the sticky post that I put there is the article that's optimized for vintage electric guitar, which is the keyword that has the highest traffic potential in the niche that we're targeting.
There we go. Curious to know how much we're getting now traffic on vintageelectricguitarblog.com. I have no idea.
Oh, I can go and find out if you like, mate.
And is that
Come
Gabby?
back.
I didn't call Gabby today, and I meant to call Gabby today. I'm just bad. Is that Gabby? It might be. It is him. Sorry. Rob's just gone off to check. He actually has a series of elves which actually live under his desk, and he lets one out and feeds it a piece of special cheese, and it shoots off and sort of does the lookups, and then we wait and it comes back and the elf reports to Rob, and then sort of rather cruelly shoves it back in the cage, but then he takes a little bit of elf scroll sort of paper and will read out the answer when he's finished. Any second now.
We're getting about 350 searches a day.
How many of those are 30-day challenge domain?
I think the bulk of them are 30-day challenge related lookups.
Don't worry, mate, we'll be all over your niche as soon as I call you. Dreadful. I'm a bad person. Bad person. Okay. So if I look for the phrases in my micro niche, in an area I'm already working, do I do the steps in the 30-day challenge, each with a new domain for each phrase? You may not have seen my day 25 video yet, because I'm pretty darn clear on that. That is, yes, every phrase, in an ideal world, every single phrase that attacks traffic in your particular niche, you have a domain with it in it, you have the blog with it, you have articles with it, you have Web 2.0 hosted sites with it, and you have social bookmarking right across the board. So that was it. And just say no to drugs, people. I don't indulge in any of that stuff. I've got enough problems. Mark, in the guitar example you used Topixter, but it wasn't in Vintage Electric Guitar. I use Find Faster provided by WordPress. Oh, I don't know what that is. How to test. Do you know some specific techniques to use to test, statistically proven ones and such? I want to measure the smallest detail and learn from all of it. Very good. That's a great question, and lets me talk to you about the concept of minor changes and major changes. There are probably four things that you can do which can have dramatic impact to your conversion. Price is obviously one. Price is usually the first test. So you need to split test and do... and split testing is very easy. Certainly with AdWords, it's super easy. It'll do it for you. It's AdWords in combination with Google Analytics. So the first test is price. That will have potentially a dramatic impact. The second test is headline. Your headline and changing your headline can have dramatic impact. But please, please, please do not... if you're doing a test for price, you need to have at least 1,000 people or 1,000 unique visitors to make sure that you've got a statistically useful sample for your testing. And then you go and test, headlines would be the next thing. The next thing after that would be your offer, because as Gary Halbert would tell me, you could write complete rubbish, but if the offer was incredible, you'll still make a sale. And the fourth one is the first paragraph, the opening paragraph. Test that. And then if I was to test one more thing, I would test the PS. They are the types of things that can have dramatic impact to your sales. Then there's all sorts of other things that you can play with. You can test anything. Test placements of bullet points. You can test, does it work better with audio testimonials or not? Really, every element is test. But those are the big ones that give you the straight up. Man kicks turning. That was a great one. What should you do if you have a small business idea and you don't have a product yet? Just found out there is a market. Very good. But the niche doesn't have enough traffic to sell an affiliate. How do I keep the website? It is a lot of work versus making the product line. How do I answer that one? What should you do if you had a small business idea and you don't yet have a product? Just found out there is a market, but the niche doesn't have enough traffic. Well, if the niche online doesn't have enough traffic, you could have the best product in human history and you're not going to sell anything. Unless it's an offline business and you just, hey, you only need one lead to do a normal test. So I don't know. Have you got anything to add to that question, Rob? Can you see that?
Yeah, I see it. I really think this is a post 30-day challenge question.
It should
frankly.
be tougher. Okay, I go here on my WordPress Direct, add banner setup. When I get there, I have my first affiliate link information still in the boxes. The ad was put in the widget section of the page in the sales area. It was not in the article. The old information is still in the boxes. I did not put an image in the first ad and want to put an image in the second one with a link. I watched Bob about 30 times. Well, he is hot. And trying to catch it, and looked at the transcript too, you were probably put off by his man candy. When I refilled the information box and hit save, it went back to the old information. WordPress Direct. What was the WordPressDirect.com/support? Waiting for that one. Sirium says, I'm having trouble getting indexed in my niche. One of the 3 sites indexed but very low. Other 2 not indexed. I thought I'd followed everything. I don't want to say that term. Can you see that, Rob? That URL? I noticed somebody in the chat window saying they had a similar problem, so definitely do a support ticket. Are you still there, Rob, or I lost you?
No, I'm still here.
Yeah, do you want to just have a look at that URL, the top one with
Yeah.
Sirium? I'll do another question while you have a look at it, just in case. Could be check out the footer and all that sort of stuff. Who's Hannah Montana? Oh. Sarah, since it's best to have a separate domain, etc. for each phrase, we could end up with a whole bunch of blogs to maintain, assuming they're worth keeping up. We could, say, have 50 blogs. Does that mean we need to write 50 articles a day, or does there come a point when the sites don't need as much maintenance? Your awesomeness is appreciated. What will be even more appreciated by you is my preview in day 23. Go and watch it, and then I think you'll be thrilled. I noticed Jack just asking how long will the 30-day challenge videos be up? For as long as we can continue to pay the S3 Amazon bill. So as soon as this is over, please buy all our stuff on multiple occasions, and then we'll be able to afford to keep it up. Otherwise our children will have to be out on the streets busking.
Ed, I've had a look at that blog.
Yes.
Looks fine.
Looks fine. Mm-hmm.
There's no odd links or anything.
Yep.
The footer just has a link to the WordPress blog theme, which is fine. So all I can suggest to the person that's sort of directing our attention to this is that they need to build as many links from as many different platforms as they can pointing at this blog, and eventually the Google spiders will find their way to this blog and index it.
Very good indeed. Okay, Ed and Robert, redomain age. I got my domain from... Oh, that's right, this is from Shane. I got my domain name from Namecheap. I saw the domain age when using SEO for Firefox when looking up my website and also on Google search. Is Namecheap a domain registrar or a reseller?
It's a domain registrar, and I think it does reselling as well.
There you go. Maybe you picked up by resale, which is great. Well done for you. Shame there was there any PR with it? Page rank? Could have got the double bonus. Derek asks, once the 30-day challenge is officially over, will you still be available via Ustream to answer questions or concerns? No. I'm such a shy retiring butterfly. I think I'll just crawl under a rock for the next 11 months till next year. No, we'll be continuing to do this. I spoke to some... we've got a couple of cool things planned. One is a weekly podcast on tackling the issues in internet marketing. It's not going to be pushing products. It's going to be like if there's a promotion or if there's something on and it's caused controversy, we're going to be talking about it. It'll be good fun. I'm looking forward to it, actually. And we'll definitely do Ustream shows as well, for sure. Is that one for Gabby? Would you recommend
good news,
flipping...
mate?
Oh, what's that?
It looks like we've sold... You know the product we're actually promoting on the Vintage Electric Guitar blog? We've had one order of that.
How much money's that?
Well, it hasn't shipped yet, so they're not telling me what the actual commission is. You don't actually get an earning report until it gets shipped. We had one order of the vintage, the 2008 official vintage guitar guide.
Yep.
But we've also had an order of Brune's Guide to Vintage Guitars. So obviously somebody went through to Amazon from our link and purchased something else.
Made the dollar.
Maybe.
How about that? We've made the dollar. Sorry, it's all over. Bye. We've won. We're off. Woohoo! Yes, despite that turgid piece of poo that tried to stuff everything up.
Well, we've had 1,074 product linked clicks, which of
Yep.
course is probably all of those 30-day challenges following
Yeah.
checking it out. But that's fine. The principle, someone's bought it.
See what stars of the internet we are. Yeah, we just 1,000 backlinks and a whole bunch of porn sites, and we've been able to make a dollar. You know what, Rob?
What's
I
that,
want you
mate?
to have that dollar, mate.
Oh, thanks, mate.
It's all yours.
I think it's Dan's affiliate account, so he'll probably get the dollar.
Oh, we're never going to get it then. Oh dear. Very good. That's exciting. That is very exciting. Sammy says, Ed, hang on. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with my blog. Can you please look at it and let me know? I promise I will love you forever. In particular, you, Guru Bob. So, do you want to have a look at that site? Sammy's site? You have a look at that and I'll answer another question while you're having a look. My site from last year is going great. Brilliant. Very good. My Squidoo lens is getting around 3,000 visits a week. And he's in the top lot of Squidoo lenses. I'm getting around 80 to 90 orders through Amazon affiliates each month. Very good. Problem is that my niche doesn't lend itself to digital products. People who search for my keyword are looking for tangible stuff. Would drop shipping perhaps be something to look at in this case, or do you have any other tangible product service recommendations?
Maybe try eBay?
eBay. That would be a good one, because they pay more. Well, definitely eBay. Definitely drop shipping. Because if you can get 30% instead of a smaller percent, because if you look at those 80 to 90 sales, that's fantastic. You know, that's 3 sales. That's 3 sales a day, right? That's fantastic. All right. So that's good. Have you got Sammy's? That's brilliant, Pete. The other thing, without knowing specifically the category, area, or product, you know, it's. In fact, maybe Pete, if you could drop in the question, I won't mention it on the air, but I'd love to know what that market area is, because I reckon I'd find it pretty hard to find a market that you couldn't come up with a product that you could deliver either digitally or arrange to have, you know, have some sort of product delivered.
Yeah, I have checked out this blog.
Yes.
And
I can tell from your tone that Guru Bob is unhappy.
Well,
why is
it's
Guru Bob unhappy?
It's inexpensive jewellery, so I guess that's the theme here. Now, this person is obviously using the auto posting functionality of WordPress Direct, and hasn't really sort of taken the trouble to assess the type of content that's being posted on this blog. And one of the posts is a article about brothers arrested in jewellery store murder. Now I'm absolutely certain, with a couple of mug shots of a couple of very disreputable characters. Now, I'm absolutely certain that the person who actually created this blog did not want this type of content on the blog, and it's simply because they haven't, really. Firstly, at this stage, we've talked to people about the auto content posting functionality, but we haven't specifically shown people how to use it properly. So if anybody's out there using that functionality, don't allow it to do what this person has allowed it to do, which is just to put anything on the blog that has the word, of your keyword in it. You've got to supervise the content to a certain degree.
Absolutely. Use and moderate and do all of those things. Absolutely. That's a classic. Thank you, because you've given us it's like the community service announcement about don't drink and drive, kids. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, I mean, we've only got a small, we've only got 220 viewers today, which is a very small segment of the 30-day challenge community, but it's critical. This WordPress Direct functionality, this auto content posting functionality, is extremely powerful, and when used for good, it will be very good. But it can also be very bad if it's either used indiscriminately or it's not being properly supervised by the blog owner. So, follow our videos, do what we say. Don't just go out there and allow something like that to happen.
Yes, we say those things for a reason, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to... All right, next part of the question and answers super mega series. And Tom asks, will you have anything on Yahoo Pipes for the 30-day challenge? No. We've been all over Yahoo Pipe. We were the first ones to identify the marketing potential of Yahoo Pipes in a site that dare not mention its name. But no, not in the 30